We're going to start with game one, Daut versus Darknoob. I don't know how many games this is going to go to. I'm completely spoiler-free at this point. The best of three, so first to two wins. And we can talk a little bit more about it once we get in the game. Here we go. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the first game in the first series of the Voobly Arena Seasonal League. This is going to be a 3-day tournament, or 3 days for the Twitch audience, I suppose, because today we'll be casting all the quarterfinals recs from earlier in the week. We have 4 series for you. And so I'll be casting the first 2. This is going to be Daut and Darknoob. Later we'll have Vinchester and Feanor. And 2 more series will be brought to you by Lidicor a little bit later on. All games, of course, will be played on Arena, and this tournament is sponsored by Voobly Official and Mr. GPN himself, who cast always his Arena games of the week. And the total cash prize is going to be $200, $100 going to the winner. And I'm pretty excited to see a lot of Arena games. I have not casted Arena in a long time. I've been letting Mr. GPN take all the Arena fun. And been casting mostly Arabia, but it is nice to change it up. I have a lot of respect for the map Arena, and I do enjoy casting it quite a bit. It's a very different style than casting a quick open map like Arabia. A lot more action with that, very different as far as how you cast those games. This is a lot more analytic in my estimation. And if you want to see a good chess match, if you want to see some great strategy making, then Arena is the map for you. Because that's really where things shine. Unless it's going to get down to Monk Micro. I don't think it's as dependent on the Micro. And yeah, be very excited for this. Let's talk a little bit about the players before we get into the civilizations and the maps. We have Daut versus Darknoob. Daut is one of the best players in the game, and certainly that'll hold true for Arabia as well. He's very versatile in every map. He's been playing, of course, for 15 plus years, I think. So he's got a deep, deep knowledge of every single map he's going to play on. Certainly the favorite in this matchup. I think he's one of the best, if not the best player of all time. Certainly a lot of people's favorites. And Darknoob is an arena-only player, so this tournament is comprised of some experts and as well some arena-only players or arena experts. Darknoob is certainly one of them. I think he's rated... I'm not exactly sure what his rating is, so please don't quote me. But I would say probably 2K rated on Arena. So Darknoob probably has more experience than Daut, even with Daut's large overall experience on the map Arena. Certainly he's got more recent experience on Arena. And probably, it's pretty safe to say, more experience with the new Rise of Raja's civilizations, African Kingdom civilizations on Arena. So those are some advantages for Darknoob, although of course Daut probably has the better overall... most definitely has the better overall skill set. And Daut certainly is also very familiar with Arena over the years. And performed extremely well in Demise Red's Arena Cup, which just happened last week, I believe. I believe Daut scored maybe 2nd place or 3rd place. He was really up there. So Darknoob's got a lot of work cut out for him. We'll see what he's able to pull off. This is going to be a Malay mirror matchup. I forget how the civilizations are chosen for these kinds of games, but Malay is definitely a top civ on Arena in my estimation. He'll be able to get up to the next age quicker, which is great. And as well, they should have a little bit of an economy bonus because their TC will be idle less often because of that bonus. Their monks are okay. They get a few upgrades. They miss a few upgrades. Nothing really too special. Their late game will probably be seeing... well, I don't know, Arbalest Siege Ram push, kind of like Viking style. And then maybe we could see Karambit Warriors and their cheap two-handed swordsmen. Maybe we'll also see their battle elephants. Could go into anything. Arena is very much a mind game, and anything is on the cards. So those are the civilization and players. Let's take a look at the map. Daut has a great gold in the back, very safe. And stone is on the right. Stone is on the left as well. So stones are not as safe or Daut. They could potentially be towered. However, I do have to point out this version of Arena is Arena with an I, as in this is classic Arena. the stone walls have 1800 HP, so we probably won't be seeing very many towers. That said, there's a double gate right there where you can hop over. We have a gold mine to the left, gold mine to the left for Darknoob. Let's check the back resources. Looks like Darknoob needs to find those sheep. He probably will at some point. Unless he's lost a scout, which doesn't look like it. Looks like they're luring in deer. We have a stone and a gold in the back. So the stone is the standard. Gold. Looks like the third gold for Darknoob. Daut has the 2 golds in the back. So both players have equal resources in the back. Just about equal space. It looks like Darknoob has a little bit more space to work with, but not too much. Relatively equal map. Sometimes you can see a huge disparity in resources or space. Extra gold and stone is in the north, so this north area is extremely important for late game. South area is not very important for late game, but there are 2 relics down there. And players are relatively close to each other, so if we want to see some sort of rush, that could be on the cards as well. Probably the only mirror matchup that can rival the Goths in KD. I hope so. I hope we see a lot of Karambits. 2-handed swordsman, one of my favorite units. All the players seem to like it except for Gloken. Oh boy. Yeah. We'll be seeing him a little bit later on today. Darknoob, is that a 2K plus arena player against Daut? Makes sense. Yeah. Everyone's rooting for Darknoob. He's the underdog in this matchup. And yeah, players will be up to the next stage fairly shortly. We have 3 on gold. The builds, I think players are they should be figuring out how to get optimal builds with the melee. So we have 3 on gold for Daut. A lot on food. When we first saw the melee come into, I suppose, into the game, I remember casting a big game between Daut and Spring long time ago when the expansions were still new, and how badly Daut messed up his build with melee, got him stuck in Feudal Age because he didn't have enough resources to click castle. We probably won't be seeing that any longer, because players hopefully have figured out how to optimize their builds for the civilization. And I think it's pretty cool. Players need to figure out new builds with new civilizations. A little bit of walling going on by Darknoob. Sure, you have this nice layer of stone wall, but if you're going to play a defensive style game or just want to build your walls in a nice line, then that could be something that's very useful, as opposed to building your houses all over the place. So both players up in identical times, 12 minutes. Looks like Darknoob has the resources. Will he have enough wood? It looks like he's lacking a little bit of wood. I think he'll have just enough, so that's a perfect build, I think, from Darknoob. And you have to have perfect builds when you're going against Daut. Daut, as well, looks to have a perfect build also. Has enough food, gold, and has enough wood for both of his buildings. Interestingly, Darknoob went with a barracks. He's going to go with stable blacksmith. So we'll go for a few scouts for early map control. Try to take over those relics nice and early. Kill a few monks from Daut. And maybe go forward with the siege workshop or try to boom at home and hope those relics pay themselves off in economy. Of course, this is 175 wood extra that Darknoob is investing. He'll invest even more food into scouts. And all of that means that Daut could probably go up with the 3rd town center much sooner than Darknoob and take an economy advantage. So this is a strategic decision from Darknoob. It's probably the first strategic decision of this game. We'll see how it works out for Darknoob. Both players going up to the next stage, researching their Feudal Age upgrades. I think Daut, very likely to go with the 3-town center boom. He's got 3 villagers on gold still. So we'll probably go with a monastery and try to take those relics. Most likely can get this one and this one. Any scout battles going on? No. Both scouts on full HP. Here's the first scout for Darknoob. Typically you see about 3 scouts or 2 being built, if you're going to go for some sort of scout rush like this. And there we go, both players up in identical timings. Let's see, Monastery coming out right away. There's that 3rd scout for Darknoob. Monastery coming up right away for Daut. And a 2nd town center, 3rd town center will be on the way fairly shortly, I'm sure. Daut probably has a bit more wood banked up because he hasn't had to spend it on that stable. And indeed that is the case. So for now, the big key is how many relics does Daut get? Does Daut lose any of his monks to these scouts of Darknoob? How is the micro? Are players going to be paying attention? Here's the first scout battle of the game. Anyone could win this one. Scout's coming over from Darknoob, but I don't think it'll be here in time to determine who wins this matchup. Looks like Daut's going to back away. Didn't have a good feeling about that one. And the good thing is this Scout could actually just get healed up. And I think it's good that Scout ran in, but I think it hesitated a little bit too much. Going to try to go for the Monk. It takes 2 more hits. Oh, man. Sneaky move from Daut. That little hesitation, I think, cost Darknoob his Scout. Because if his Scout ran around and walked around, could have gotten the Monk. So far, Daut, pretty good start to this game. Going to go up with his 3rd town center now. If Daut could get this relic up in the north, that would be great for him. Darknoob is patrolling this relic in the south. And he's going to go for that one first, which is smart. But you don't want to give any relics to Daut, especially when he'll have an eco lead with 3 town centers. Darknoob back at home. Has 3 town centers out. Actually, not that much of an eco lead. Are all these town centers working? Looks for the most part they are all working. So maybe we have only like a 3 villager advantage for Daut. That's not too much. 1 relic certainly might be worth 3 villagers. And here's that first relic coming in for Darknoob. Another monk making their way over. And Daut doesn't feel safe to move out. I'm a little surprised. I thought he would have maybe tried to go for that relic, try to get a conversion on the Scout. It is possible to convert Scouts if you get the conversion Wololos. I don't know what the official word is for it. We should really have a word for when the monks are Wololoing. But you can get a conversion if you hit them at the outside of their range. And the nice thing for Daut, he's taking HP off of these Scouts, which I guess doesn't matter anymore because there are monks here for Darknoob to heal them. But Darknoob should get all 5 relics, and that'll be a good eco lead for him. Bode well for the late game as well. Yeah, everyone, do exclamation mark raffle. We'll be giving away a Voobly Premium for 3 months. That's as good as it gets. There's gold, silver, premium's the best. If you want that for 3 months, go ahead. Exclamation mark raffle. We don't have a message to bring that up because I'm a noob with a bot. Hopefully I'll get that in next time. But you will be entered in as long as you type that in the chat. So don't worry about it. Now 1 Vil plus wheelbarrow. Oh, he's wheelbarrow ahead. I didn't see that. Yeah, that's a big difference. That's a pretty big difference at this stage of the game. With 55 villagers and all these farms. Wheelbarrow could be worth 5, 6 villagers at this stage of the game. Let's see who's going to win this. Oh, the monk tried his best, but the Scout was able to resist. The Scouts do so well. And did Daut get any relics? No, he did not. KD right now, 2-1. Pretty insignificant. So whose position do you guys like better in the chat? Oh! Oh, interestingly, Daut's gone with some archery ranges. I was not expecting this. So I was expecting Daut to just continue to boom, bank up resources, then make his army once he goes into Imperial Age. He's actually going to make it a little earlier. That said, he's not that far away from Imperial Age. He'll just need maybe a university or a siege workshop. I would probably go with the university. And he's actually going to go stone early as well. So the archery ranges are a little bit early for Daut. He's going to go to stone right now as well. So thinking about a castle later on, maybe trebuchets. Thinking towards the late game. And Daut's resources are great. He'll be able to click up any second. Darknoob's a little bit further away. Didn't get that wheelbarrow upgrade as early. And this is good for Daut as well. Gonna kill another monk. That's 100 gold. Let's see if this monk can get a conversion. That was a quick conversion. Although that's not exactly a good trade. But what is good? Oh boy, don't pick up that relic quite yet. Don't pick it up, don't pick it up. Okay. But the villager's gonna wall it in. Okay. So Darknoob gonna get all... Oh! Ooh, that's close. Darknoob gonna get all 5 relics. Daut's gotten what he could. He picked off a monk, picked off a scout or 2. Hades. A little bit in favor of him. But really, it's about the economy. Daut's got a much better economy. He's up to the Imperial Age. Gonna upgrade Arbalest. He's gonna have the momentum in this early Imperial Age. Let's see if he can make it worth it. If this game goes into late game, these 5 relics will be worth a ton. So relics, of course, giving you infinite gold. 1 relic is about worth, I think, like 1.3 gold miners. Just about. 1.2. A little more if you're Aztecs. Build some buildings in the back. Now that said, remember, Darknoob doesn't have a lot of space to run in the back of his base if he gets pushed. If he starts losing space, that means he's going to be losing military production building, he's going to be losing economy. He can't build in the back. So Darknoob needs to defend from this initial pressure of Daut. And how he doesn't do that, he needs to not lose his monks. He's going to lose 1 right away. And these Arbalests have pretty good upgrades. They're going to have Bracer right away. Castle for Darknoob, though. He was working on that. That'll buy him some time. Might buy him enough time. Darknoob is going to go into the counter of the Arbalest with Elite Skirmisher. And Daut is just going to add Rams to his army. So with Rams, Darknoob is going to have something to deal with the Rams if we have enough Rams from Daut. 1 or 2 Rams, not a big deal. 5 or 6, and you need to start thinking about how do I counter Rams. Now, will it be Elephants? Probably not. The Elephants lack a lot of Pierce Armor with a melee. And Daut, playing as the melee, gets really good archers. So it'll either have to be Karambits. If it's Karambits, then you can't build Trebuchets. Or Two-Handed Swordsmen. Which we don't have any barracks. That's a big eco investment if you go Two-Handed Swordsman. So I like Daut's army composition a little better. He's got the momentum. He's going to go up with the castle. You do not want to let Daut into your base at this stage if you're Darknoob. 1 cavalry archer. Could be a misclick. Yeah, it's a misclick. So very critical time for both players, especially Darknoob. 4 Karambits. That's not going to do anything against Cap Rams. If you're Daut, just get the Siege Ram. Just keep going the way you're going. There is no counter right now. Darknoob's economy is not good enough to make a good unit transition at this stage. Hardly good enough to make skirmishers. And there's so much gold for Darknoob. He's over mined gold. I'm gonna go up with another castle. These 2 Rams doing work. What you don't want to do on Arena, such a macro-oriented map, is to overtake 1 resource that you don't need. However, again, we still don't have a scary number of Rams, so things are okay for Darknoob for the time being. He can't lose his castles to Trebs. He should win the Treb battle. Although that said, he's not making any Trebs right now. And Daut is. Both players still working on their archer upgrades. These Rams might even be able to get the monastery, but it looks like the Arbalests are out of position, so these Karambits should take out the Rams before that happens. Alright, so no more Rams for Daut. But now we have a Trebuchet, and Darknoob is going to be slow on getting his Trebuchet out. In fact, it looks like Daut's actually going to go for the monastery first. Yeah, those 5 relics could be in danger. Daut definitely has the army to take them if he takes out this castle first. Oh, Malay don't have siege rams. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that one. My bad. Yeah, that's a total... Yeah, I messed that one up. You're right. Malay don't have siege rams. That's a big deal. Daut, if he had siege rams, might be able to steamroll Darknoob, but he doesn't. He only gets capped rams. That's a good thing for Darknoob. Darknoob now getting crossbow. Oh man, this is a problem. Darknoob's had 2 castles up for about as long as Daut has had a single castle up, and yet this is the first trebuchet of the game. Darknoob's got this bombard cannon, but I think it's too far forward. These Arbalests gonna snipe it down. Darknoob can't lose any ground. Can't lose his castle. 3 trebuchets versus 1. Darknoob was way too slow in getting that trebuchet out. Bombard cannon gets sniped down. It's not looking very good for Darknoob. We might have a quick game. quick game as far as arena is concerned anyway. Look at the map control for Daut. Building a castle on the left. There were no resources on the right, so that doesn't really matter. But all these resources should belong to Daut. And luckily the skirmishers can push back the Arbalest. Although these skirmishers still need the last armor. And the castle did go down. However, 2 trebuchets are down for Daut. This bombard cannon micro is so important. I think right now it's all about the bombard cannons. Just build as many as you can. And who... Oh! Oh, that was so close. Whoever's able to have more bombard cannons and keep their bombard cannons should be able to at least have a good chance of winning this game. And that's why the Siege Engineers upgrade is so important for Darknoob. A little bit of random lag spike there. So Siege Engineers, +1 range on the bombard cannons. So important. I think Daut could probably afford that sometime soon. Yeah, look at his resources. They're great. Just hasn't thought to upgrade it yet. And that last armor upgrade is very important as well. If the skirmisher is going to go toe-to-toe with the Arbalest. You think his mistake was... Oh! Nice shot. You think his mistake was not deciding to follow map control with castle age pressure? Yeah, that's definitely one way to go. Daut definitely managed his economy much better. I think Darknoob did not. But I don't think Darknoob was in too bad of a position to hold. I think another big mistake from Darknoob was, again, not making those trebuchets or not getting bombard cannons out earlier to defend. For whatever reason, on 1 castle versus 2, Daut has more trebuchets and took down that first castle. Right now, all the map belonging to Daut. If Daut maintains his position, he will 100% win this game. With that great economy, he's also teching into Karambit Warrior, Elite Karambit Warrior. They will need the armor upgrades, but they should destroy the skirmishers. And again, still no unit transitions for Darknoob. And this really changes things as far as Darknoob is concerned. So we've said up until this point, it's all about the bombard cannons. Whoever has more bombard cannons are going to win. Not necessarily the case when Daut is making Karambit Warriors now. So if Darknoob's still thinking bombard cannon, make more bombard cannons, and not thinking about the transition, not thinking about how to counter the Karambit Warriors, he could get slammed by the Karambit Warriors. Luckily, Darknoob will be able to take out 1 castle from Darknoob. And Darknoob will be needing to add some Arbalest to help deal with the Karambit Warriors. I wonder how Darknoob's gold situation is. These relics have been out of the monastery. Where's the rest of the gold? There is a little bit of gold back there, so Darknoob is okay right now. Here comes those Karambit Warriors. They have full armor. Their attack is still very weak. It looks like they will be able to take enough. Still, Darknoob does not have the last armor upgrade, so these Arbalests should be able to do some good damage against the skirmishers as long as there's a meat shield in front. There's the last armor upgrade for Darknoob. Darknoob getting pushed back quite a bit. Trebuchet going to get 1 bombard cannon. Fire again. Gonna miss. And I think Daut's got enough. Darknoob can't afford to get pushed back anymore. These are his military production buildings. Look at how many Arbalests he's got queued in these 3 archery ranges. He needs more archery ranges, but he's got no space to build them. And I think Daut's going to take this first game. Yeah, there's the GG. GG right there. Great boom from Daut. Didn't get any of the relics, but that quick transition to Arbalest, great early Imperial Age, and then great initiative getting those trebuchets out, taking down the castles of Darknoob, just the army composition, the economy, and the momentum in favor of Daut this game. Darknoob 1 step behind and not able to come back in it. So good first game for Daut. Let's take a quick look at the achievements. Better KD. This is the big one, though. Better economy for Daut throughout the entirety of the game. More relic gold for Darknoob, however. Here's your timeline. Pretty close game up until that Imperial Age. I see a lot of you entering in the raffle. Alright, let's go on to game 2. Update the score. Hopefully Darknoob will be able to have a better showing in this matchup. Alright, so let's load up the next game. And here we go. Game 2 in this best of 3. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Game 2 in this best of 3 between Daut and Darknoob in the quarterfinals matchup of the Voobly Arena Seasonal Tournament. This is a tournament hosted by Voobly Official and Mr. GPN for a grand total cash prize of $200, $100 going to the winner. This is Aztecs versus Turks, interesting matchup. First game went to Daut, fairly even until Imperial Age. We did see some good signs of hope for Darknoob in this matchup. Wasn't a complete steamroll from Daut. So early game, Darknoob did obtain 5 relics. Was close in the boom with Daut, but Daut was just one step ahead. His experience took over, made the right unit transitions, and eventually steamrolled Darknoob. This one's going to be a lot different because we don't have a mirror matchup anymore. It's Aztecs and Turks. So let's talk a little bit about Aztecs first. Aztecs are pretty much the consensus best arena civilization, even though they've gotten a small nerf with recent balance changes. So why are the Aztecs so good? They're able to have a killer monk rush because their monks get more HP with every upgrade. And as well, their relics generate 33% more gold. And relics are very easy to take on arena because they're all in the middle of the map. So those 2 bonuses, great for their monks. They have a great economy as well with their villagers carrying an extra 5 food. And overall, they're just not a bad 1 versus 1 civ, even if you factor out their monks. Their monks used to build faster for monasteries, but that's in Old Age of Conquerors. So the Aztecs, super solid pick. And when you're playing as the Aztecs or you're playing against the Aztecs, you're always thinking about that monk rush on arena. How do you stop it? Now the Turks could have a good option against the monk rush. And the Turks are very much a niche civilization on arena, like some of the other civilizations on arena. Normally, Turks 1 versus 1, you say that's terrible, that's bad. Not on arena. So what can you do with Turks? They do get a nice eco bonus in that they mine gold 20% faster. You know, that's great. The late game's always been good, especially with cavalry archers being stronger, but really, you're thinking about Janissaries and a fast Imperial Age into bombard cannons with the Turks. Because their Janissaries are a great unique unit with the walls already set up there. Sure, you could go for your unique unit, get a castle out. It'll slow down your economy quite a bit, but with such a strong unique unit as the Janissary, why not? And if you go into Imperial Age, because you will be well defended with these walls, if you go for a fast Imperial Age, you automatically get that chemistry upgrade for free, and those bombard cannons will have an extra 20% HP. So for those reasons, the Turks will be great, and that light cavalry free upgrade is also a fairly sizable bonus, because you can see light cavalry in the early Castle Age as well. So some good bonuses for the Turks. If Daut wants to go for a monk rush, and Darknoob just wants to put up a castle, he'll be safe from the monk rush. Daut can still get the relics, but he won't be able to kill Darknoob right away because of that castle. And maybe Darknoob just wants to play this like a boom, because he knows Daut will be too intimidated to go for a monk rush. So we'll see how players decide to play this. Bit of a mind game in arena. We have 3 deer right there next to the mill for Darknoob. That's very nice. Daut, his map. Again, some deer next to the mill. Take a look at the space in the back. A lot of space for Daut to boom if he wants to go to this right side. Not a ton of resources in the back, however, and for Darknoob as well. A lot of space in the back. Looks like both players scouting the back of their map, which is great. Some players decide not to do that, and that's always a huge mistake. And you might want to be concerned for Darknoob if he gets pushed in this area because he has his main gold there. However, I'm not too concerned with that because I think Darknoob will probably go with a castle and be safe from that. Daut has his main gold in the back. Relics won't matter here. Either Darknoob kills before 25 minutes or he dies. Oh, I hope not. I think Dark Space is all too wide at the front for one castle to defend it all. That is also true, yeah. It's a very wide front of the base. No one goes Smush versus Turk. See, I don't think so. I don't think that'll happen. But we'll have to see. Gonna put that up to 57 speed. The speed on through this Dark Age. And I find it always interesting when I'm playing Arena. It's just hard to make decisions with these strategies sometimes. I find it a lot easier to make decisions on Arabia. Where if you make the wrong decision, you can still kind of make it work. If you have some really good micro, abuse the map a bit. I think Arena is a lot less forgiving as far as your decision making is concerned. Where's this villager going? Maybe just building a house? Oh, it's a mining camp. So Darknoob gonna go stone right away. Not surprising at all. So we'll probably go with a castle in Janissaries. I don't expect to see an early Sipahi upgrade. And both players clicking up at around the same time. Remember, Darknoob will get a little bit more efficiency on these gold miners since they'll mine faster. Although Daut definitely has a superior economy, with the farmers basically working faster with the extra 5 carry capacity. So here we go, both players going up. Up the lumber camps for Daut. Daut, 3 villagers on gold. Darknoob only needing 2 villagers on gold because he's Turks. And both players luring in all their deer. I like these little shrubs for this very seasonal version of Arena. This is the Voobly Arena Seasonal League, so this is springtime. Very festive. Let's take a quick look at the players scouting. What have they seen? Daut has not found his opponent, but you could probably guess where they are. You can see the gold is towards the south part of the map. That's the important part. But in the north, there's also quite a few resources as well there as well, so different than the last map. Darknoob. Oh, I have team colors on. Just realized that. Seeing the north side of the map, seeing all of his opponent's map, but not scouting the south part quite yet. So Drakant saying, I think that Darknoob should go for a stable, fast castle, add 2 scouts, and forward castle. They're a bit too far from Janny's front base. That's an interesting strategy. So with a stable, we'll be able to get the free light cav upgrade, take map control, that'll be good against the Aztec monks, and then go for a forward castle, and that would be super aggressive. You could keep following up with castles and do like a castle push, or you could go for a fast imp and bombard cannons. That would be a crazy push. I would love to see that. That would be very entertaining to watch. Some eco upgrades coming in from Daut. Gold mining, horse collar. Gold mining, so telling me he's probably going to go for a few monks. More than a few monks. Going to speed up some more farms. Has a barracks as well. So went Blacksmith Market. Now is going to add the barracks and a few eagles. That's an interesting decision. I don't know if I agree with that. Can I add a spearman? So I think these are the mind games. So if we went with the Drakant strategy of stable and a few light cav, then Daut would have maybe eagle, a few spearmen to help defend from that. I think that's what Daut was expecting. We'll call it the Drakant strategy. But the stable strategy. But actually Darknoob didn't go for that strategy. He's just going straight stone. No stable for him. These are the mind games. Daut can't see past these walls. Can't see if there's a barracks and a stable there. So I think he's guessed wrong. And I'm going to add 2 monasteries. Not a big deal, but it certainly matters. Who knows, maybe Daut just made the Spearman just to deal with that one light cavalry, but that seems like a big investment to add a barracks and a Spearman just to deal with one light cavalry. And there's that castle. Defensive castle. Daut sees it coming up. Ah, okay. So you think he's going to go using the barracks to build the 2 archery ranges, or an archery range, deal with the Janissaries. And Janissaries can certainly deal with... archers, crossbows can definitely deal with Janissaries. Not always well, but they'll provide a little bit of a challenge. Light Cav deciding to take the engagement against the Spearman. The Light Cav did win, but it's heavily damaged, so it'll have to heal in the castle. Here comes a few Janissary. Eagle, not going to stand much of a chance. The monks may be able to get a conversion. We have Sanctity already done, so these monks, not on 45 HP, on 50 HP is the Aztecs. Can take maybe, I don't know, 3 shots from the Janissary. And let's see who's going to win this. Of course, Darknoob has 8 range, but Janissaries can also be inaccurate, and that was not good at all from Darknoob. So Darknoob not running away, but actually kind of running to the side, and therefore it got converted. Poor unit control from Darknoob. Should be able to get this monk, though. But this monk is also getting conversion. Losing 1 Janissary is one thing, but if you lose 2 Janissaries, that's terrible. Fervor coming in for Daut for 5 HP and extra monk movement speed. And it looks like Daut might even take these relics. So great unit control from Daut. Let's see if Darknoob's going to be able to take this relic. It's a race to the relic. Oh, that's unlucky. All of those shots missed. Second shots have missed as well. Man, that was unlucky. Those Janissaries should have killed that monk right away. But instead... who's going to win this one now? That monk has no chance. Oh, he's going to miss? Going to miss twice? Wow. These Janissaries super inaccurate. So Darknoob gets his Janissary back. Kills a monk. Action heating up. That was a very quick conversion. So this monk is now out of faith. This one with full faith is coming back. And just one more hit. That one's going to go down right away, so that's a good engagement. That monk's going to try to pick up that relic. Right now we have 2 relics safe for Daut once this one comes in. That's pretty good if you're Aztecs. But now the Janissary numbers are kind of getting scary for Darknoob. Janissaries only get better once you mass them, and monks, they're quite the opposite. Going to take more attention to micro the monks. Let's see how the economy is doing for Daut. 2 town centers for him. He's got those 2 relics. Another conversion on the Janissary. How many relics will Darknoob have? Where's the monastery? It's right there. He's going to get 1. Will he get a second? 2 to 1. There's 1 down there, so he'll definitely get a second. It's going to be 2 to 2. Where's the last one? There's the last one. It's going to be 3 to 2, so that's a win for Daut. He's had to invest less into this, and yet he's still gotten more out of it. There's stormtroopers in disguise. What is this? Daut, what is the Daut micro? I was reading the comments and he lost 4 monks. Oh god. That was horrible. That was terrible. Oh man, Darknoob's going to go right ahead in the score lead now. Does he have the map control to place a forward castle? Is he thinking about it? Not really. He's only got 2 on stone. Darknoob's going for a 3 town center boom. I was expecting more of an all-in play. Gonna pick up more monks. Darknoob's definitely behind in the boom. But this is interesting. This is going into late game. Now we have those 2 archer ranges coming up from Daut. We talked about the archers a little bit earlier on. We could see Arbalest or Skirmisher going into Imperial Age. course, the Aztecs Arbalest are not the best without Thumbring. And that's a lot of Janissaries. They'll be able to get through that wall as well. Rakan saying adding TCs is wrong. It's a questionable decision. Definitely. Definitely very questionable. Because you have such an army count right now of Darknoob. You could follow it up with a little siege. Maybe another castle. Then you could do some damage. And there's those Petards. But are these Janissaries going to get a good trade against the monks? That's the big key. And then if they do, how are they going to push in? Are they going to go around the town center? Will Daut have enough Arbalest to defend? Alright, we have a ton of Janissaries coming forward. Darknoob could buy a castle. 100 stone will help a lot. Daut's going to go up with a castle of his own. Darknoob getting Heresy. Interesting upgrade. That's an extremely expensive upgrade, 1,000 gold. But now instead of converting the Janissaries, the monks will only kill them. I think it's worth it if you have 1,000 gold, but the question is, you know, was that the plan? Did you plan to bank up 1,000 gold for that upgrade? Or did you mismanage your economy? Siege Workshop coming up a little bit late. We already have a castle on the right side, so this right side is locked down. This is safe. What are you doing, Darknoob? No, you can't get into that castle. You can try to work your way around the left side, but the monks and Arbalest know they just have to defend this left side. You really can't win the game in Imperial, definitely not with 3 relics and a 400 plus rated player. Oh man. You're roasting me. Yeah, I'm definitely not an arena expert. But I'm interested to see where it goes. Dracon's saying there's no chance. The 3-town center is definitely a wrong play. And so far, Daut has the momentum, pushing out. Gonna get a few upgrades on his monks, making them even more beefy, more range. Easier to micro. Arbalest gonna have Bracer on them. Now Darknoob's going all the way back. Without even getting Redemption. And that Siege Workshop was completely pointless. Alright, Daut could even get a Treb. Daut's already got the Treb. He's been fast with the Trebs this matchup. Oh man, how is Darknoob going to defend? I feel like Janissaries are not going to be able to do well against this Imperial upgraded army. Unless Darknoob gets lucky. And Daut isn't going to watch his units. Darknoob even getting the armor upgrades for his knights. This is kind of panic time. It's actually for Light Cav. Another castle in the back. Panic time for Darknoob. He's very far away from Imperial Age. Gonna kill one Trebuchet, that's good. I am a little time, but I don't think he can engage these Arbalest. These Arbalest even have one more range than Janissary. I don't know if they have ballistics. I don't think they do. Alright, Darknoob's in trouble. His army might get trapped by these Arbalest. Looks like his castle is going down. Forging's being made. Darknoob really relying on these Light Cav to help save him. And now the army's trapped to Darknoob. What will he do? Looks like 3 monks will be able to kill 3 Janissary. 4 monks coming in from behind. That extra 3 range is so critical. These monks now up to 70 HP. Arbalest not doing a whole lot of damage, but doing enough. And these Janissary are just worth a lot more for Darknoob than these Arbalest are worth for Daut. Monks gonna heal themselves a little bit. The Janissaries might win this fight, but this was not a worthwhile fight for Darknoob. 3 trebuchets already ready under that castle. These monks, their faith almost come back, so they'll be ready for another round. More Arbalest from Daut. Super cheap for him. I think this game's going to go for Daut. Finally, those light cav are ready. What will they be able to do? Looks like they're going to come loop around, try to get the Arbalest. The Arbalest have such good upgrades. Ah, they're just sitting there, actually. So, very passive play from Darknoob. Thought he was doing fine up until... up until Castle Age, which is the age that matters. Builds were fine. But Darknoob adding those extra town centers, I think it really stifled his momentum. Took him too long to get through those stone walls, and once he did, couldn't do anything with it. Try to boom back at home, and so far this boom hasn't paid itself off. The boom has manifested itself into a few pretty useless light cav. Essentially. But Darknoob has made it into the Imperial Age. That's something I actually thought wouldn't happen. Where's his MTC? It's in the back. I never thought Darknoob would make it to the Imperial Age this matchup. What has he got to work with? He's got gold. Got an okay economy. It's not as good as Daut's. And he's got the Turkish tech tree with a few light cav. So he'll get Hussar right away. If he has enough, could contend against the Arbalest. So Hussar, good against monks. Not really so good against Arbalest, but without that thumb ring upgrade, that could make a big difference for Daut. Has a few Janissary as well. And Bombard Cannons might be good against Arbalest, but again, those monks really scare me. So I think just build as many Hussar as you can. Get all your upgrades, and get lucky on the positioning. And it looks like Daut's not even thinking about Pikemen right now. But Daut does have map control. If Darknoob takes a big fight, that basically means he gets to keep playing and stay in the game. If he loses a big fight, that means he loses. But if Daut loses a big fight, he's still in this game because of that map control. Alright, so there we go. Hussar done. Plate Barding armor is going to be done. Capture him. That's a nice upgrade. That'll help to take the Arbalest fire. Gotta wait a little bit. I think this is not the right timing. Oh, I don't think this is the right opportunity. Hussar kind of going in at a weird angle. Gonna redirect. Rams are a little bit late. I don't think that's enough Hussar. I think this was bad timing by Darknoob. I think he wanted to save that castle, but that castle was a goner. Yeah, that timing was not right. And all those Hussar are gonna melt. All those Arbalests are still alive, and I think that's gonna be GG. Thought it would be a close series. Oh man. GG. GG right there. Good builds from Darknoob. Very good builds. Castle Age kind of could have gone either way. Sure, Daut did take those relics, but Darknoob did kill a few monks. Had a good strategy with the Janissaries right away. I thought Daut misplayed that a little bit with the barracks early. But Darknoob then going with the 3 town centers, not being able to do any damage to Daut. Daut's economy taking over. And then Daut taking the initiative, going for that early push. Again, getting those Trebs out early. Arbalest, monks. And a bad final engagement from Darknoob with those Hussar. So good game. Daut's going to take that series, advance to the next round. And we'll be moving on to the second series. That archer placement was great in between the trebuchets. That's where the Rams could have come into play. I thought the Rams were a little bit late on that last engagement. Better economy once again for Daut. More relic gold. Better villagers. Seemed pretty even up until right here. And then just a slight advantage. Making itself a very large advantage. Yeah, I agree. Darknoob definitely showed us. He showed us some stuff, but I think Daut is probably a level above. All right, so let's switch things up. Let's go on to the second series. We'll have that with you in a few minutes. That's loud. Do exclamation mark raffle if you want to be part of the raffle. Is this live? I am live, but the games are recorded. They are from this week. You want to watch live arena games? Come back tomorrow and on Sunday, where we'll have the semifinals and finals of this tournament live. And of course, Daut will be in them. Did win this round. Alright, so let me change up things. So now we're going to go to probably a more interesting matchup. It's going to be Vinchester versus Feanor. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's load up the next series. Gonna be game 1. Hey, what's up, Discern? Welcome to the channel. I like all the discussion in the chat. Appreciate your input, Durkant. Certainly we have a more active chat than normal, which I always love. I always read the chat, and sometimes I read it out loud on the stream, as you've probably noticed. I give up with the names, though, because I'm so bad at them. At pronouncing them correctly. And yeah, if you're enjoying this series, stick around tomorrow and on Sunday, and you can watch this series live. This is Voobly Arena Seasonal. And this is going to be the second series. Feanor versus Vinchester. Here we go. Hello everyone, and welcome to the second series that's going to be casted on the Voobly Arena Seasonal Tournament. This is a tournament with a $200 prize pool, sponsored and ran by Mr. GPN and Voobly Official. I am going to be covering the first two series today. We already covered Daut versus Darknoob. Later on, we'll have Lidicor streaming, and he'll be here with Joshua. So he'll cover the second series. And the third series. Sorry, the third and the fourth series. Right now we have Vinchester versus Feanor. Last matchup, Daut versus Darknoob. Felt like Daut was just a little bit of a step ahead. If you're a fan of Arena, then, or if you've seen a lot of Arena games, I thought those games were somewhat close. I didn't think they were complete stomps. This matchup I expect to be a lot closer. I think Vinchester probably is the better player, but Feanor is pretty formidable. Both these players, I think you could call them Arena specialists. Certainly Feanor, probably a little bit more specialized in Arena than Vinchester. Vinchester, I know him quite well for his Arabia play and other map play as well. But he's certainly a big fan of Arabia. I think he, when we first saw the new Arena with the walls being less HP, Vinchester was one of the first to popularize the Vinchester Rush, or the one archer range, I think Man-at-Arms Rush or Tower Rush. So he's got a deep knowledge of the map, and he's going to be very formidable. Feanor, known for playing a lot with his brother Matthias or Melkor, but Feanor is very formidable as well, and both these guys have played a lot of Arena tournaments. Very excited for this matchup and to see who's going to win it. We have a Celts versus Malay matchup. And yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Both of these are infantry civs. I love seeing infantry versus infantry civs because we got to see infantry, and I think we could see a little more infantry in Age of Empires too. So I'm happy about that. So Celts, very boomy civilization. You like to get your 3 town centers, 4 town centers out, 5 town centers if you want to go crazy with the Celts. And you need that because you're probably going to be making a lot of very expensive units, like Woad Raiders cost a lot of food, or Siege, which costs a lot of wood and gold. But once you get to that post-up stage where you've got a great economy and you're able to get the Woad Raiders and the Siege out, you're basically unstoppable because the Celts are just that strong in post-Imperial Age. But you got to get there first, and that takes some time. You need a lot of food for upgrades, a lot of wood and gold for siege, and a lot of stone for castles. If you decide not to go for that route, then you can, in fact, go for a Castle Age siege push where their siege is still good. Siege workshops build faster, fire faster. That's all well and good, but I think it's about the Imperial Age for the Celts. Feanor playing as the Malay, we saw them in our first series, able to go up the next age faster, having a good rush, but also have a good economy because their town centers are idle less often. Monks are okay. And going into the late game, so we could see some sort of rush because of that quick uptime, sure. Could see a good boom because of that, but going into the late game, could see Arbalest capture him only. So a quick rush with that. If that doesn't work, then maybe two-handed swordsman. I think the Celts have the advantage late game. Because I imagine Woad Raiders destroying two-handed swordsmen. I don't see this getting into a situation where we're out of gold. So I don't think the Malay would have the advantage there. And the Malay siege is pretty trash. But the Bombard Cannon might be a pretty big asset for them. Taking out the siege of the Celts. So I think early game, if we're going to see this game end in Castle Age, it'll be advantage for the Malay. Otherwise, this game goes late game. I see an advantage for the Celts. And yeah, let's take a look at the map. Vinchester with a forward gold, so he's going to have to take care to defend that. He's only got one gold in the back. His other gold's outside of his base, which is not nice at all. And his two stones are kind of exposed. This one's okay. But if you want this castle, you're going to need that second stone. So I'm a little bit worried about these two golds for Vinchester. Sure, he can take the gold in the back. It's a little bit far away. Sure, he can boom in the back. But he doesn't want to lose this position, especially if Feanor is going to go for some sort of Castle Age push or early Imperial Age push. Feanor, how's his base look like? He's got this gold in the forward position. Could be a problem if Vinchester wants to push with siege. Another gold, again forward. Feanor's got one gold in the back, one stone in the back, so two stones in the back actually. So it looks like Feanor has an extra resource in his base, that extra resource being that stone. Will be useful if he wants to go Karambits. I don't know how Karambits will do against Woad Raiders. That's really a matchup I'm not familiar with. I think they could do pretty good against Woad Raiders, but if there happens to be some Onagers or some Scorpions, they could certainly do a lot of damage versus Karambits with their low HP pool. What is Daut versus Darknoob? We just did Daut versus Darknoob. You can go back into the VOD and watch that if you would like. Yes, that just happened. So Vinchester 2 on gold. Not getting Loom, of course. Gonna build a barracks in the back. Smart. Vinchester choosing to build his barracks in the back because he doesn't want to build it in the forward position, because he doesn't want to reveal it to Feanor in case he scouts there. And Vinchester with their barracks, looks like he'll probably either go into archers or scouts. We'll see which one it is. I think archers will give you more longevity. So if you just want to get the relics, then scouts would be perfectly serviceable. Give you some map control, go for the relics, then boom. If you wanted to go archers, might take a little bit more time to get out, but if you wanted to go for a siege push, certainly you'd want archers over scouts and light cav. So we'll see which one's going to come up for Vinchester. Feanor's already starting a little bit of extra walling to help protect the space. Doesn't do him a lot of good, though, considering his gold is forward. And Vinchester's a little bit faster up to the next stage. Is that because he has a better build? Let's see how his build is. Stable Blacksmith coming up right away. Yeah, this is a better build from Vinchester. Maybe not. Actually, this is Malay, so you really can't compare apples to oranges. On the other hand, look at the economy for Feanor. He's already up by essentially one vil and a half, maybe. Josh was saying definitely scouts with two on gold. Yeah, you're right. It is definitely scouts. So Market Blacksmith for Feanor. Continuing to have 2 on gold, so probably a monastery early on. So far, just from these opening builds, I think I like Vinchester's position just a little bit better. I think Vinchester will be able to take most of these relics with some extra scout control. Looks like Feanor is going heavy on gold. So he'll go with some monks. I'll take scouts over monks. And what's an alternative way Feanor could have played this? Feanor could have gone with an archery range of his own. And then I think in that situation I might prefer Feanor's position. But both players will be up at almost the same time. Remember, the Malay advanced to the next stage faster. So we have a slight economy advantage for Feanor. But not by much, considering these wood choppers are working faster. Put up with fewer villas. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Joshua. 25 is pretty low to go up on. I didn't see any deer. Were there any deer on this map? I'm not sure. So 25 is very early to go up on. You usually want to have deer or a really good eco bonus. But 25 pop going up is really good. Alright, first scout scuffle. Vinchester should win this if the scout gets over here in time. It looks like it will. Feanor is going the wrong way. Well, he's going back home, and he's going to run into 3 scouts. I think that scout should be okay. And we're going to see a little bit of a trap for Feanor. That's a little expensive. Oh, I thought it was a stone gate. It's a palisade gate. Try to see a trap. That was almost super smart. Ah, there we go. That is super smart. Look at that. Look at that. Feanor sacrificing his scout to get those scouts all the way through the gate. And now look at that. And Vinchester could have ran back, but I don't think he was paying attention. Ooh, the scouts auto-attacked. And essentially, Feanor is going to kill 2 scouts for 1. A good play from him. Just got to make sure these scouts don't get through. Palisade. Tear up that gate a little bit. A little bit of idle time, I have to say, from Feanor. But more or less, I think this is going to be even. Get to delete that off. That was a little messy for Feanor. His gold miner's not working very efficiently. But he did kill an extra scout. Which, interestingly, doesn't register in the KD. Town center coming from Feanor. So I would hazard a guess. So 3 town centers for Feanor. That Vinchester's already got 3 town centers because his economy should be working better. No, only second town center going. Oh, there we go. 3rd, right there. And Vinchester already getting those relics. He did buy himself a little time. So I think that was a little bit of a messy defense from Feanor. Not the best at keeping his villagers working. Look at them. They're all bumping onto each other. That's not something you want to see. And Vinchester definitely will get 2 relics. Big band of monks going out. What is a group of monks called? These are the real questions that I have to say. What is it called when a monk is wololoing? And what is a group of monks called? A brigade? I'm not sure. So economies at this point pretty even. Maybe slight advantage for Vinchester because again he's playing as Celts. That said, Feanor should be up to the next stage a little bit faster. Let's see how this monk engagement goes. That was weird. Oh man, Vinchester anticipating a little bit too much. And that monk should have died, but it didn't. Woolaloo. An MBL of monks. So Feanor with the great plays so far this game as far as micro is concerned. I think the macro has been better for Vinchester, which honestly is more important. And it looks like Feanor will have 3 relics and Vinchester will be stuck with 2. That's pretty even. Stone. So Feanor thinking about a castle in the early Imperial Age. One more scout being built for Vinchester. Vinchester's going to lose another monk. Definitely better micro from Feanor this game. Feanor going to go forward with the siege workshop. And I have to say, I think I like this decision. Because if you're Feanor, you want to win this in the Castle Age. You want to win it in early Imperial Age. Again, you don't want to go late Imperial Age. You have a good army lead. Might as well capitalize on it. I do wonder what kind of monk upgrades the melee can get, and I will check this real quick. And there they are. No redemption. That's the biggest one. No atonement, no illumination, no block printing, no theocracy. These monks are trash in Imperial Age. And at Castle Age, they're not that good without redemption. This is not going to be the strongest push. Vinchester could, of course, defend with his stronger siege. He's going to go up with that right away. I like how this game is shaping out for Vinchester just because of these civilizations. If these were even civilizations, you'd say slight advantage for Feanor, but with these civilizations, I think Vinchester's got a good position. Let's see what he does with this. I would like to see from Feanor a quick Imperial Age, maybe Arbalest right away. But let's see what kind of time Feanor can go up on. He's got enough gold. He's overbanked on gold. He'll have a castle soon. Will he have the food, though? That is the question for me. Vinchester. These are the same player? No, these are different players. I bet. But that was Vinchester. Feanor has a much more balanced economy. It isn't really anywhere close to going to Imperial Age. I'm gonna add a few spearmen. Oh, here's the mangonel. Here's the mangonel for Vinchester. Gonna shoot. Gonna get one mangonel. Good defense so far from Vinchester. So if we keep seeing trades like that for Vinchester, then Feanor is never going to make use out of this army advantage he has, and Vinchester's got the economy advantage. And as well, he's gone up with a castle already. That was a quick castle. I didn't even see Vinchester on stone. This town center, of course, was built on stone. This is a tough position for Feanor. He's not going to be able to deny this castle. He's going to try. I don't think the monk has the range. Going to convert one villager. Going to try to wall that up. Be annoying. You're red Johnnyum. It's hard to counter monks as Celts before Imp, but these monks don't get redemption. That's the big deal. So, if you're Vinchester, why not just keep adding mangonels and maybe a Scorp or two? And castles do pretty good against monks as well. I'm really liking Vinchester's position. Feanor going to sell some resources. This is good. He needs to go into the Imperial Age right now. He'll have a quick Imperial Age. I don't think this castle will be ready on time, though. I think he should buy this castle. Should buy it and put it up as quick as possible because that Imperial Age is coming in. And here's the Imperial Age for Vinchester. If you could win a Treb War as Feanor can, with this quick Imperial Age, you should be in a good position. Here comes the villagers for the castle. I'm 100% sure this is for the castle. How quick would this castle go up, though? That is my question. Because we're on a ticking timer right now. 1 for 1. Because Vinchester's going into the next age. The Celts Trebs do fire faster. They do make use out of that bonus. There's, of course, a defender's advantage as well. Here comes that castle. Castle 8% up. Imperial Age almost there. This castle time is not going to be that bad. 25%. There you go. Imperial Age done. Castle could have been up a little bit faster. We're going to have to wait a little bit. Second castle for Vinchester. Oh, I think Vinchester's got this. Vinchester will be able to build double the Trebs. And now the castle is up, but Vinchester's almost up into Imperial Age. Gotta build that trebuchet right away. I think Vinchester should be able to win this Treb battle, but Trebs are so random. With their accuracy, it still could go either way. This Treb battle is so important. If Feanor takes down both castles, that means no forward Celtica, and probably more important, no Woad Raiders. And there we go. Imperial Age for Vinchester. Vinchester has to win this treb battle. I don't see how he can lose it. Hopefully Feanor can take down at least one castle, though. Should at least be able to trade off the castles. Feanor, where's the treb? There we go. Need another treb. There we go. Let's see if Feanor can get lucky. The one upgrade he gets block printing. So should be able to convert some of these Woad Raiders. Bracer coming in. So as long as the Woad Raiders aren't elite, as long as they don't have plate armor, they have plate armor actually. As long as they're not elite, the Arbalest should do good against them. Check Vinchester's economy. He has the economy for elite. He needs these castles to work overtime. He needs the elite upgrade. He needs Woad Raider. He needs more trebuchets. But I think he can get it done. We need more villagers to repair these trebuchets. Only 2. Only 3, actually. There's the elite Woad Raider upgrade. There's a lot of Woad Raiders on the field. In fact, if these Woad Raiders went right now, they could kill everything. Because Crossbow's not even done. Even though Bracer's done. That's pretty funny. We need more repair villagers. This villager's not going to be able to keep this trebuchet up for very much longer. But again, it is very much luck-based. And so far, I think the trebuchet battle's going in Feanor's favor, surprisingly. Vinchester's had to use these castles for 3 different things. The elite upgrade for Woad Raider for trebuchets. Shows you how much more he needs these castles. And if these trebs can take out 1 more castle, then that's fairly good. There might be too many Woad Raiders from Vinchester, though. They have good upgrades. Blast Furnace is almost done. Let's see if Feanor can get some conversions. It's all about these conversions. I think there are too many Woad Raiders. These Scorpions. Arbalest is not done. I see 2 conversions on the Woad Raiders, 3 conversions, maybe 4 max. Crossbows, not great upgrades. Is this castle going to survive? That's the big question. Is the castle going to survive? It looks like it will. And I think Vinchester's got this game. Vinchester moving out to his next stone. Too much momentum now for Vinchester. He's going to win in that fight. Feanor taking too long to upgrade to Arbalest. Those weak monks. Maybe Feanor could have had this if he upgraded Arbalest sooner. Had a few more Arbalest out. A lot of momentum for Vinchester. Maybe Feanor is going to try to do a unit transition. See how that works out for him. But I think there's just way too much momentum for Vinchester. Vinchester can continue with Woad Raiders and they won't be too bad. Feanor maybe goes into Karambit Warrior. Maybe goes into Two-Handed Swordsman. But I think Vinchester should be able to counter that as well. And I think this game is over. Nice hold from Vinchester. Prioritize the Woad Raiders over the trebuchets, but that worked to his advantage. Still, only crossbows. Crossbows don't do anything. That's a shame. That's a shame Feanor never upgraded them to Arbalest. There's the Arbalest upgrade coming in, but it's too late. Vinchester's upgrading to Siege Ram. Logix, you missed the first series. It was Daut versus Darknoob. You could always go back in the VOD on the top left of your screen. Oh my god. Siege Rams with Fur Celtica about to come in. Feanor has to lose this game. I don't see how he... Especially with these units he's going to go into. I would like to see the Two-Handed Swordsmen, see what they can do. That would be the only thing that could delay this game. Only Arbalest won't. I think Vinchester's going to close out this game, and he'll take the first point. Feanor definitely with some chances to win. Had a push going, but nice castle defense from Vinchester. He was on stone very early, which I like. And just those Woad Raiders too strong. Those castle's in great positions. Vinchester did manage to get 2 relics. How do you stop the siege ram? More walls? That's not gonna work. Siege rams, if you don't already know, can attack 2 layers of walls at the same time. And that one's already in. Has a few Woad Raiders right in there. And try to re-wall there, but we have a few trebuchets which can punch a hole through the wall. And we have a problem with Feanor's gold situation as well. Feanor has no more gold. He's got tons of stone. He's got a little gold on the left. Just this army composition's too good. Eventually Feanor could add another siege unit, but this is just good for now. And as soon as these walls go down, I think the floodgates will be open for these Woad Raiders to raid. Here comes a few. And you can ungarrison them now. No more need. The Woad Raiders will do their thing. And Bombard Ken has tried his best to stay alive. Been dodging these trebuchet bolts, rocks, this whole time. Vinchester now with total map control will win the late game if he maintains his position. There's the GG. So another game where it looked like the other player had a chance to win. This game's going to end in early Imperial Age. And Vinchester's going to take the first point. Let's mix it out, take a look quickly at the achievements, and move on to the second game. Alright, there's the KD. Better KD for Vinchester. Better economy. One more relic for Feanor, but didn't win him the game. And there you go. A little bit of power spike right there in Castle Age. I think that's when he trapped the scouts in there. But then ended up losing it anyway. Alright, let's change the score. The score is 1-0. This is a best of 3. And let's move on to the next game. Here we go. Game 2. Coming up. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the second game in this second series of the Voobly Arena Seasonal. This is between Vinchester and Feanor. Last game, we saw Vinchester defending, booming up as the Celts, and destroying everything with Woad Raider and eventually Siege Ram. Feanor had a good push going for him, wasn't able to make it work out, almost took down the castles of Vinchester, and then Vinchester would have been in some trouble, but we didn't quite get there. Hopefully this game will be a little closer. Civilizations this time, we have Feanor playing as the Slavs, and Vinchester playing as the Incas. Slavs, I have to give the advantage to them. That's a really good arena civilization, good civilization overall, but I like this matchup particularly. The Slavs, better farmers, better monks. So better economy, better monks, and better siege. So all three of those things are very important on arena. I'll take the Slavs. Incas, what do they have going for them? They have an okay economy. They get a few small bonuses. They get Eagles. The Eagle monk push can be fairly strong. I think Slavs is a little bit stronger, though. And if this goes down to cavalry, the Incas should have a good options going against Slav cavalry. So they can go into Halbs. They can, of course, go into their unit, the Kamyuk. I think that's probably where their advantage is. But not a whole lot else other than that. So really, I think it's in their strength, their army composition. They're going to go for like Kamayuk, Haub, Eagle. Maybe that could be a good combination. But again, I think I'd take the Slavs in this matchup. Which hopefully will lead us to a good Game 3. Let's take a look at the map. Vinchester, Barry's Ford. Doesn't matter at all. I don't know why I even point that out. So gold on the left, gold and stone on the left. 2 golds right over here. We're going to lure those in. Extra gold in the back and a lot of space. Meanwhile, Feanor, 2 golds forward, 1 outside of his walls, 1 gold in the back. Also has an extra gold in the back. I think he'll be able to see that. But his point of view. Is he going to see that? Oh, man. Yeah, he is. Okay, good. So both players with a lot of space in the back. That's going to make it easier if you're going to defend on this map or boom on this map. You could just build towards the back of your base. The extra gold will mean that, again, easier to defend. Every player has access to more gold this game. There are no extra golds in the middle of the map, interestingly, although there's a lot of stone. Neither of these civilizations really rely too much on stone. Be nice as the Incas to have it because their castles will be cheaper. Maybe you want to make Kamayuks. You probably won't see boyars from the Slavs. 3 relics, pretty evenly distributed. And let's go up to 60 speed on this arena matchup for this Dark Age. So what kind of strategies could we maybe see in Feudal or Castle Age? If we won't see a quick boom from the players and a Market Blacksmith 3 town centers. So both players, we could see monasteries being added early. Maybe we see a full monk push from Feanor. I wouldn't be surprised as well to see a stable from our Slavs player because the scouts, the cavalry for the Slavs is pretty good. Especially with that good economy. And for Vinchester, maybe we see some eagles in early barracks. If any of these players were to be the aggressor, I feel like it would be Vinchester, because I don't like his late game civilization matchup. And I'm kind of curious what he could do with stone this game. I wonder how good Kamayuks could be. Nice lumber camp for Feanor. Good surround on that. Another good lumber camp for Feanor. One for Vinchester. Another good one for Vinchester. Good to optimize your resources as best you can. Deer's being very stubborn. But 3 deer for Vinchester. We'll see what population these players decide to go on. Look at how many villagers are able to surround that 1 deer. 1 villager idle. Gonna go up over there, take some gold. Kamayuks kill all. Yeah, they're a strong unit. Certainly a very strong unit, especially if you're going against a civilization that doesn't have Arbalest or good skirms. The only good counter, I think, for the Slavs against Kamayuk is probably going to be Heavy Scorpion. And the thing about Heavy Scorpion is, that would be great if you can get those out. That, that siege combo for the Slavs in late game could kill all. But the problem with Heavy Scorpion is that upgrade is so damn expensive. It's like 1,000 food, 1,000 wood. And you can't just do Heavy Scorpion, you have to have something else with it. So that might be a little bit of an opportunity for Vinchester. Try to exploit that. Try to exploit the strength of those Kamayuks. Oh, that's a good option, AoE fan. Yeah, champs with Druzhina. But if you go champs with Druzhina, Vinchester can, of course, make some slingers, and slingers just destroy infantry. So I think you're playing into the Inca's game plan then, if you're going to go down that route. I think Kamayuks would be a solid option. Vinchester is going to go with Market Blacksmith. That's not at all surprising. Unless he thought he was going to go with an archery range. Feanor going to go with the stable Blacksmith. Again, not at all surprising. chance with Dragina, Divers, and Kamiyuks. Kamiyuks are surprisingly good versus melee units. That one range actually makes a huge difference in fights. Are you sure they use... Oh, we have a challenge. Gonna check in the map editor. I think that would be a relatively even situation. I think it probably depends on the positioning. Dragina is a big upgrade, especially for things like Halbs, where basically Dragina is doing more damage than the base attack. But that one range is also so good. So yeah, I think the only good counter against Kamiyuks is going to be Heavy Scorpion, the slabs. But that's a matchup. We won't see that for some time. You don't want to be a noob like me and overthinking and go Kamiyuks right away, because they're not going to do any damage. It's just going to slow your boom down. So it looks like Feanor is probably going to make a big play for the relics. Vinchester will go 3 town center boom. Try to play that late game. Try to get to Kamiyuks. We'll see what Feanor does after he makes those scouts and tries to obtain the relics. Will he go for a siege workshop forward? 2 monasteries, interestingly, for Vinchester, so all monks for him. No eagles. 2 is interesting. 1, okay, fine. Then you add a town center, and then you add a second town center. You add a third town center pretty quickly, but 2, that's a big investment. That's going to take quite a few gold miners as well. And Feanor's going to have the scouts. So Feanor, 1 monastery, extra town center. Could add 2 town centers right away. And that Slav economy is strong. Very strong now. All those farmers. So he can sustain villages from 2 town centers for sure. I don't like this decision. I don't like this decision to go 2 monasteries, especially versus scouts. Lycav has even been upgraded. That's how strong the Slav's eco is. They had enough food for villagers and for the Lycav upgrade. And I love all this chat. Slavs don't get heresy. A lot of thinking about the tech trees of these civilizations and what the best unit is to go for. This is not something you have on every map. You have to have a very deep knowledge of tech trees of these civilizations, even of techs that you normally wouldn't have to know otherwise, like the monastery techs. AoE fan, champs and siege onagers will kill anything for any civilization. The problem is getting to that. And, can you imagine how much food it takes to upgrade champions, to build champions, and then to upgrade the siege onager upgrade as well? That's not even something that we're really considering right now. But it would be cool to see late game, if it gets there. Nice pick off from Vinchester, killing 1 monk. This is interesting. So those Lycav could potentially kill a lot of monks. But then again, these monks could get conversion. This is so random with monks. Monk's gonna get that one. Vinchester's probably gonna loop his way back. Wheelbarrow being done already from Feanor. Feanor's got a great economy already. Wheelbarrow's just gonna make it better. Is Vinchester gonna go for those relics? He had one right there. Did he see it? Yeah, he saw it. Oopsie. Wrong button. I think Vinchester's just too scared of these Lycav to grab the relics. I'm gonna try to get a good conversion off on them. No atonement done. So these monks won't be converting each other. Looks like Feanor's going to get that relic. And without an eagle, Vinchester has no way to stop that. And that relic going to go to Feanor. Vinchester had the chance to take it. He decided not to. He was too scared of these Lycav. Just look at the development from Feanor. Again, this food economy is crazy. Able to build more Lycav. Get the wheelbarrow upgrade. Look at how many villagers he's made. Oh, and probably going to get 2 monks. These 2 going to convert away. Gonna get 4 monks. These light cav are even in. Gonna get even more monks. This is a disaster. Only 1 light cav gets converted. Luckily that gate did close. Those 2 gonna get away. And still cause some more damage. And then scouting information is very valuable to Feanor. Let's go to his point of view, see what he can see. Remember, Vinchester can't see anything of Feanor's base. And yet, Feanor can see, not a whole lot, but he sees how the base is designed. Sees the barracks. Gonna try to go for that monk, and it's gonna get walled there, get deleted. So villager numbers pretty even. Feanor getting the Bowsaw upgrade, that's not nice at all. That's a big mistake. Both players on even villagers. That's a big deal. I mean, sure you have 15% faster farmers, but if your woodcutters are working 15% slower, don't those bonuses kind of negate a little bit? So that's a bit of an eco mistake. Feanor. This is another mistake from Vinchester. Why are your monks always out here? They need to be safe behind the walls. 4-1 relics. Yeah. Good advantage for Feanor. Yeah, Feanor playing this pretty well. He's even got a few knights. Gonna go with a big push with the Siege Workshop. All Siege for the slabs, 15% cheaper. It's a big discount considering how expensive Siege can be. Gonna go with the Scorpion right away, which is interesting. Ah! That explains it. Gonna go with the second Siege Workshop. One Siege Workshop will be for Mangonels or Rams, and the other will probably be for Scorpions. And a lot of barracks coming up from Vinchester. But this is gonna be tough to deal with. Especially with Feanor up to the next stage. Feanor's got a lot of advantages this game. This might be the game for Feanor. Might go to the third one. Vinchester getting redemption. I gotta check the Inca's monk text because I'm not too familiar. Let's see what he gets and what he doesn't get. Doesn't get Atonement, not a big deal. Doesn't get Fervor, again, and not a big deal. Gets all the essential monk text. Gets redemption, block printing, illumination, theocracy. These are pretty good monks. They will be able to convert the siege from the Slavs. Vinchester's probably going to do the Eagle-Pike combination. Or maybe just pikemen and monks. Monks for the siege, pikemen for the cavalry. Overall, Feanor's army is definitely going to be much more gold-intensive, much stronger. Vinchester's going to defend with a castle. Hopefully transition to Kamukes where he can improve the strength of his army composition. Vinchester needs to get 2 castles and spam Kamukes. I completely agree. Looks like he'll get 1 up. Does Feanor have a castle on the way? Sort of. He's got 2 villagers on stone, so not really. Any other stone? No. That's a mistake from Feanor. I think a trebuchet would be very valuable for Feanor. They have a huge massive units yet. They haven't broken through. Almost about to get through. Will Vinchester have enough to defend? He can't afford these knights to run into the economy. Luckily, he's done these walls, which will help a little bit. Feanor will switch to champs in early imp. Yeah, I think with that economy, and with the champions from the Slavs, that could be very strong. But it doesn't look like that. It looks like Feanor is actually going to double down on Cavalier. So I would guess that you think that's probably a mistake. Doubling down into Cavalier. As opposed to go to champions. So Cavalier might be the stronger short-term option since there's already a ton of knights on the field. But long-term, you're right, champions might be a stronger option. Going against Halbs, Eagle Warriors, and Kamuyks. And without a trebuchet on the field or a bunch of rams, Vinchester will buy himself some time. I'm going to get 2 conversions on the light cav. That's a pretty good trade. There are a lot of scorpions on the field. And Feanor has enough resources for a big, expensive upgrade. What will it be? I'm guessing it's going to be heavy scorpion. Yeah, it is a cheap upgrade, but also added one more stable. Here's the heavy scorpion upgrade. So that's going to take out a lot of food and wood. And Feanor's still hanging back. Has nothing to push with. No rams, no trebuchet. We'll have a trebuchet once this castle's up, but we have two castles already up from Vinchester. Vinchester not having anything to do with the scorpions. He could make more monks. Monks right now. Can't tell if they have theocracy or illumination. Feanor now going to transition to two-handed swordsman. So he was delaying that transition just a little bit. Only has one barracks. So not planning on making them quite yet, but can get the upgrades for them. Capture Ram for Vinchester, that's an interesting one. I'm not sure what Capture Ram is actually for. Clean up the buildings, but I question that decision. Has two trebuchets already out in defense. Need something else. Is it going to be Onager? Deal with the scorpions, more monks. Kamayuk. We need something else for Vinchester's army composition. And Vinchester going into siege ram. I don't understand that decision too much. It could tank the heavy scorpion fire. I really don't know about that. Here comes the light cab. Let's see if they're able to pick off a bunch of monks. It doesn't look like it. Get maybe one. And now the monks can convert the scorpions or the cavalier. Either is a good option. Alright, let's see how the micro is. Gotta use the monks. The problem with monks, you have to click them so fast. And theocracy is not done. That's a big deal. Looks like Vinchester did make the mistake of converting one unit at a time. That would have been horrible. Alp's moving in, but the monks need to be converting behind it. That's the whole point. And that's not a bad fight? No, it's a bad fight. Not enough monks, not enough halbs. Did get 3 heavy scorpions. But still not enough. The momentum in Feanor's favor. Feanor now fully committed to champions. Still needs a little bit of siege. I don't see a trebuchet out yet. Will Feanor transition to infantry? Well, here you go. It's transitioning to infantry. Slow with that transition. And now losing all the cavalier. I think Feanor is being slow in adding siege. Not like the, the mangonels or the scorpions, but like siege that can actually push. And there's the first trebuchet. We're giving Vinchester a little bit of time to make his transitions. Elite Kamayuk is now done. This will be an okay army composition for Vinchester if he can only mass his units up. He might be too far behind. But he's trying his best, really massing up as many units as he possibly can. Had that siege ram upgrade from earlier. Those siege rams haven't done a lot. That's not a cheap upgrade either. 1,000 food. And still, this fight will not favor Vinchester. He should stay back as long as possible. Will Vinchester be able to hold? I don't think he will. Hopefully these 2 trebs can at least get this treb of Feanor. Gonna miss. Actually, it looks like Vinchester getting a little bit of ground. Trebuchets have a little more breathing room. Gonna keep working on that treb. Getting down pretty low. This army's not doing too bad. We still have to have couriers on these Kamayuks. That extra 2 pierce armor will help out a lot against the scorpions. Vinchester definitely holding his ground. I didn't think he would. 1 trebuchet going down. Vinchester gaining a little bit of ground. The siege ramps will help now too. Drugina being done for Feanor, is that going to be the difference? That's 5 blast damage for every champion. Huge, huge upgrade. Both Trebs going down. Looks like the Trebuchets, sorry, the siege ramps should be able to rush down the Trebs. If they're paying attention. Still enough units for Vinchester to defend. I didn't think this would happen. I thought Feanor would have been able to defeat Vinchester by this point. That's not the case. More and more Kamiyuks coming out. We have the production. Third castle coming down. Such a risky position. It could be hit by Trebs immediately. But at the same time, 3 castle Kamiyuks all in the same position. That's very strong. So many Kamiyuks coming out. I would love to see the couriers upgrade. We need that upgrade. With an extra 2 pierce armor. 1 melee armor. Vinchester building his economy in the back. Getting the mark. Look at Vinchester, 140 villagers. Really built up his economy quite a bit. And Vinchester has stabilized. So anyone's game now. Still 1,000 score lead for Feanor. He's got more expensive upgrades on his units. I like this army composition still a little bit better, even though we had the momentum for Vinchester. I'm looking for that courier's upgrade. Light Cav is useless. Yeah, it is. It definitely is useless. Unless they can find a good angle. And if Vinchester can keep getting these good conversions on these Scorpions, it should be pretty good. Alright, let's see how the Kamiyuks do against the champions. We were talking about this earlier. The Kamiyuks are not fully upgraded yet. And it seems like they're doing great. I think this is great. The Kamiyuks are super strong. Even against Slav Druzhina champions. Kamiyuk's really an underrated unit going against other melee units that are not cavalry. It's just a strong overall unit. The Slinger edition helps too. I was not expecting this at all. This is crazy. I was not expecting this at all. I thought the Slavs would absolutely dominate in this position. That's not the case. Look at that. 5 Scorpions being converted. That's incredible. Incredible play from Vinchester. I was sure this was going to go to a 3rd game. Look at this momentum from Vinchester. He cleared up the whole front of Feanor's base. Now can work his way over to the left. Late handcart for Feanor. Again, another economy mistake from Feanor. Got the bowsaw upgrade late. Now getting handcart late. Gonna upgrade siege engineers. Now couriers being done. We could have seen from Feanor less light cav, maybe onager. Maybe not, because they would have gotten converted by the light cav. Or by the monks. There's another squad of light cav. Going to try to snipe off the monks. Vinchester's paying attention. Yeah, they are really strong. They are really strong, Durkant. Very good. Only by a unique unit. And perhaps Arbalest? I think Arbalest could do okay. Siege as well. Scorpions did fine, but I think the monks. The monks really did a great job. That was a throw. Could have gone better. Could have definitely gone better for Feanor. Man, so much food on Light Cav. Why? Because you have the food, and I guess why not? You want to find with the Light Cav the angle. If you trade like 4 Light Cav for a siege unit or a monk, then it's worth it, but Feanor has not been finding those angles. Obviously, you don't want to fight straight up with Light Cav. Like that kind of angle. We're only getting 1 monk. Getting 2 monks, so that one was worth it. No more Kamiyuks here. There's a few slingers. Where did the Kamiyuks go? Did Vinchester just stop queuing Kamiyuks? And now Feanor's got a little momentum. Where are the Kamiyuks for Vinchester? We just forgot to make them for a second. Alright, let's see how the resource game is going, because we're gonna need gold as both these civilizations. Remember, players have equal amounts of gold in the back of their base, and it might be out, actually. We actually get into a no gold game? There were only, might have been only 2 extra gold piles. I think both players are actually out of gold. That's crazy. It's crazy for a 53-minute game to be out of gold already. There's just some stone. How much stone is there? There's a little bit of stone. You can sell that. There's not a whole lot of stone. Oh, man. This game just entered a whole new dynamic. There's no gold, no stone on the map. That's crazy. It's only a 55-minute game. You got a real problem if you're a Mesociv and you don't have gold. Oh, man. I think this game is going to go for Feanor. Honestly, I really do. I think Hussar is going to be too strong. You can conserve your heavy scorpions. I don't think a Mesociv can close this out without gold. Terror was Inca, so he got a 3rd game. Oh boy. Melkor versus Glokin will come next. Yes, Turkan. But I won't be casting it. Lita and Joshua will be casting it. Okay, so can Vinchester close out this game? He's got 30 more villagers. 20 less army. It doesn't have the heavy scorpions. I just don't think he can close out this game. What's the populations? 190 versus 170. I have to spam helps like crazy. Eventually you're gonna have to add skirmishers. Vinchester with 500 gold. Let's check the market price. Food and wood is sold out. And there's, again, no stone to be mined. Champions now taking out the trebuchets, making it impossible to defend this castle. Man, what a crazy game this is. What a crazy game. Huge comeback from Vinchester in that huge hold. And Feanor might still win this. Sheena howls for the win. Lita was a handsome caster. I've never seen him, but based off his voice, I can confirm he is a handsome caster. Needs more slingers. Well, the problem with slingers is they do cost gold. They're not cheap either. I think they're like 35 gold, 40 gold, 40 gold, I think. There's Elite Skirmisher, just out of necessity for Vinchester to pump his army up. But actually take out a few trebuchets, that's good. A few more Kamiyuks there. There's those 4 relics. Those 4 relics could decide this game. Feanor adding more stables. Remember, Feanor's had that extra gold this whole time. How much extra gold it has been? It's probably been maybe 3,000 extra gold at this stage of the game, which is huge. This monk is probably not going to get away. Is he? Yeah, he's not. That sucks. That's 100 more gold that you'll have to spend on that monk. If you're Vinchester, do everything you can to take these relics back. You are going to absolutely need gold as a civilization that doesn't get Hussar, or Lightcast, or Scouts. Good engagement from these guys. It's all about this area of the map right now. Everything else, I think, is not important. Just take those relics, and I think you can win this game. Feanor's kind of collapsing. He's down to 110 villagers. Vinchester going to make guard towers. Going to try to spend that stone as best he can. Maybe even 63 more stone right there. And I think this is good recognition from Vinchester, realizing this area of the map is so important. Going to build the guard towers right there. And GG. Feanor knows he's not going to be able to take back the spot again, especially with those guard towers. And Vinchester actually able to close out this game. That was a crazy game. I'm surprised Vinchester was able to hold. I did not expect that at all. Few small mistakes from Feanor, particularly with managing his economy, not getting those critical eco upgrades, Bosaw, Handcart. As Drakant said, late transition to champions. Maybe a few too many Cavalier. And this cameo looks so damn strong. Eventually, Vinchester closing out the game, taking over this area, going to take over the relics. What an incredible game and a pretty good series. Wow. Wow, that was a great game. Here's the stats. Let's take a look at that relic gold. 3,000 more relic gold for Feanor. So huge. Here's your timeline. So it looked like Feanor was going to win it right about here. And then Vinchester coming from behind. A little bit of a little bit down right there. Where I thought Feanor was going to pull it back. All right. So that game is going to go to Vinchester. He'll advance to the next round. Very close game. And let me see if Lita is online right now.